The Weather Channel is brought to you by this cable or satellite provider. You can also get reliable forecasts from the Weather Channel through this radio station or newspaper.
And now, your local on the 8s.
Currently, the temperature is 37 degrees under cloudy skies. Our local Doppler radar. Today, morning showers, high 50, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain 30%. For tonight, cloudy skies, low 48, winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. On Sunday, cloudy skies with a few showers later in the day, high 59, winds southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour, chance of rain 30%. And Sunday night, showers ending early, low 33, chance of rain 30%. Our week ahead. Traffic conditions around our area.
When weather changed history, every night at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Big-time thunderstorms rumbling in the center part of the country. Welcome to Weekend Outlook. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
And I'm meteorologist Mark Mancuso. A violent, perhaps, day today shaping up for the Plain States.
Yeah, absolutely. And that storm's going to head east and bring some big changes in temperatures into the northeast.
And those big changes accompanied by strong, gusty winds.
Yeah.
Those winds will be blowing in Buffalo tomorrow, that's for sure. But the snow was flying in Wisconsin. Look at the snows coming down here. A winter wonderland, wouldn't you say? You know, here in Wisconsin, we've had plenty of snow the past several weeks. Now it looks like we're getting a break today, but as the mild air moves up over all this snow, we're seeing dense fog and reduced visibilities. And looks like some rain is in the forecast for America's Dairyland. But it won't last, as colder air will sweep in by tonight and tomorrow. For today, though, here's that area of concern. It shows up in the red here from Illinois all the way down to Texas. We think there's the risk of severe weather, thunderstorms that could produce large hail, damaging winds, and even tornadoes. A rare late December, potentially a tornadic outbreak here across the Mississippi Valley and into the southern plain states. As we take a look at what's happening for you right now, we do see tornado watches in effect. They've been issued by the Storms Prediction Center, covering portions of Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and up into Kansas. You can see these lines of showers and storms. That's in the warm, moist air. To the west, though, precipitation is changing over to a little bit of ice and snow. Well to the north, that's where the most significant snow is this morning across North Dakota, where winter weather advisories are in effect. But let's focus in on the thunderstorms for you right now. And here's a close view of what's happening here in Illinois. I've stopped the radar for you to see if there's any warnings in these watch areas, but presently we have nada, and that is good news. But we do see storms with very heavy rains here heading up through northern Illinois. Chicago, you're seeing that lightning outside, and here comes the rain. Storms are racing up to the northeast at speeds of 30 to 40 miles an hour. Pretty strong storms just to the west of Peoria. Here in Kansas City, there is a warning off to the southwest for this storm here. Severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. This is a tornado watch, so these thunderstorms will produce some strong winds, potentially 60 miles an hour or greater. So right here, this line of storms, headed up to the northeast about 50 miles an hour. So we'll get into the Kansas City metropolitan area rather shortly. So in about 1 to 2 hours, do look for storms producing torrential rains and some high winds. Farther south in Wichita, looks like the worst of storms has passed to the east. All's quiet in Tulsa right now, but to the west of Oklahoma City, we do see the line of storms. Presently, very heavy rain, strong gusty winds, no warnings here. Farther east, in this tornado watch, storms are flaring up to the west of Little Rock, but the good news is at the present time we don't have any warnings. So we can roll this into motion for you. A couple of clusters of storms here in lines, this one bearing down on Oklahoma City. So that's the latest on the storms for you. Let's go to the forecast, show you what we expect today across the Midwestern states. And we do see the very heavy rain and the thunderstorms, St. Louis up to Chicago, and it will be moist. Very heavy rains will promote flooding, especially farther north where the ground is frozen. You get that heavy rain, can't penetrate into the ground, so it will run off. So a lot of concerns here. Farther west, it could be a little bit slippery from Kansas to Iowa and Wisconsin as the precipitation quickly changes over to a little sleet and freezing rain and then some snow. Accumulating snows across Wisconsin tonight, storm exits tomorrow, and the cool air rushes in on strong gusty winds. Now let's travel to the northeast. Rain is on the way.
Well, thanks, Mark. Rain on the way. Yeah, believe it or not, it's going to be a milder system here. Current weather map showing basically some rain showers through places like Syracuse and out toward Buffalo. But there's some wintry weather mixed in here, and then off to the north, some snow through parts of Maine. So we'll try to cover it all here, let you know what's going on as you prepare for your Saturday morning. Maybe you're bringing gifts back or just wrapping things up with the friends and family. And as you can see here, the storm that's coming on in is going to have a chilly start through northern parts of New England, northern New York State. But by Sunday, Football Sunday, with some real big games coming in, especially in Philadelphia with the Cowboys and the Eagles at 4:15. Looks like some wet weather around, some rain showers, and then further toward the north, the rain could be a little bit heavier. The Adirondack State Park through the White and Green Mountains, and even on in through parts of northern Maine. So you got that snowpack, and then you throw the rain on top of it. If it comes down heavy enough, could be some flooding problems here through parts of the Northeast and New England. Back down toward the south as you get into New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. Probably more of an on and off nickel and dime rain event, and then the winds will start kicking up too, and you'll have to deal with that as you head on through the daytime hours. Just popped up the watches and warnings. There are some freezing rain advisories in effect, including places like Old Forge and down here out toward parts of the southern tier for some light freezing rain this morning. That's in effect until 11 o'clock. And then off toward the north as you get into places like Maine, there are some winter weather advisories for some of the snow, but this is liquid, folks. As you get in and around Syracuse and down toward the south on 81, could run into this heavier band of rainfall here, as it does look like for the most part. This is mainly rain. There could be maybe a sleet pellet or two mixed in, but this is mainly wet as the system's coming out of the west and that warm, mild air is working on up from the south. So it looks like a wet one this morning. If you're heading westbound on the thruway, especially if you're going off into one of those routes further toward the south. Let's take a look at the forecast now as we head into the northeast through the daytime hours today. And as we said, we are calling for some of that wet weather to move on into places like New York City and Albany. There could be some light frozen precipitation early. 43 the high in Albany, 51 New York City, 47 Boston. Looks like the biggest winter weather threat for mixed precipitation is on through places like Augusta and down toward, let's say, Concord, New Hampshire. And as we go through Sunday, looks like a better chance for more widespread wet weather here. It looks like 62 in Philadelphia, as it's going to be mild for that game.
When fire or water damage strikes your business, call the cleanup team that's faster to any size disaster at 1-800